Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Human interaction is amazingly complex, as we all play multiple roles in the lives of those around us. In today's world, oversharing is sadly very common in an attempt, perhaps misguided, to connect in this increasingly disconnected world. Many people share too much and share very private things about themselves with others, who may mean them harm. If you've ever wondered about the Islamic perspective on privacy, then you're in the right place in this video. I will tell you 5 things to always keep private. Make sure you stay until the very end in privacy. There is dignity, and in dignity there is strength. Do not be weak. Number 1. The intentions of your actions. Intentions in Islam are like seeds sown in the fertile soil of our hearts. They may not determine the outcome of our actions. However, they definitely determine the reward. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ told us in a hadith narrated by Umar ibn al-Khattab, Amir al-Mumineen, deeds are a result only of the intentions, and an individual is rewarded only according to that which he intends. That the purity of our intentions or thereof shape the essence of our deeds and determine whether or not this deed is accepted. Just as seeds grow into trees, our intentions grow into choices that define our character. Islam encourages believers to purify their intentions, whether in acts of worship, charity, or daily interactions. Or intentions influence the impact and value of our actions. Number 2. Good deeds. In Islam, your good deeds should always be hidden. In fact, there is a hadith that says, your deeds should be so hidden that your left hand does not know whom your right hand is giving. To the concept of riya, showing off, is not just discouraged, it's considered the minor form of shirk, the greatest sin in Islam. The Prophet ﷺ said, what I fear for you the most is the minor shirk, that is riya. Allah will say on the Day of Judgment, when He is rewarding the people for their actions, go to those for whom you did riya, for in the world, then see if you find the reward with them. Mahmud bin Lubaid. Riya means to falsely make oneself appear to be virtuous, good-natured, or a true believer before people for the sake of earning their respect and admiration, or for the purpose of gaining a good reputation among them. So be warned, my brothers and sisters, a person suffering from riya fails to realize that even if they earn worldly fame amongst people, scholars the elite, he will be disgraced in the eyes of Allah, and his actions will lead him to Sijin, the lowest level of hell. If the tree of riya grows for a long time in a person's heart, it leads them to becoming a hypocrite. Number 3. The blessing and test of wealth. In Islam, wealth is seen as both a blessing and a test. It's a blessing when we use it for good, for helping others, and for the betterment of society. However, it becomes a test when we get attached to it, letting it define our worth. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ reminded us that the upper hand is better than the lower hand. In other words, the one that gives is better than the one who only receives. The saying encourages giving, being generous, affirming that our wealth finds true purpose in helping those in need, and that we should always be generous. Islam doesn't ask us to shun material possessions. It teaches us to find a balance. Surah Al-Baqarah, verse number 267 says, O you who have believed, spend from the good things which you have earned, and from that which we have produced for you from the earth. It's like a gentle reminder to enjoy the blessings of wealth, but also share them with others, and make sure that wealth stays in your hand and not in your heart. The Quran encourages us to find joy in both giving and receiving. Listen, not everything about our financial situation needs to be public knowledge. In fact, you should keep it a secret from everyone. Islam encourages us to maintain a level of privacy when it comes to our wealth, and these matters, it is for our own safety and our own protection, and so other people do not develop jealousy or evil intentions towards us. No one benefits from that. Not everyone needs to know the ins and outs of your financial situation. There's a certain peace that comes with keeping some aspects of your wealth private. Number 4. Your struggles. Life throws challenges your way, and Islam acknowledges this reality. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ reassured us that difficulties are an inevitable part of life, when he said, for if Allah intends good for someone, He flicks him with trials. Sahih Bukhari. It's a reminder that struggles are not punishments, but rather they are opportunities for growth and ultimately for Allah's mercy. Try to get closer to Allah when facing a struggle rather than sharing it with others and seeking sympathy, or even worse, seeking to show off as a victim. It's a strange thing, but many times during tough times, people will abuse others' natural desire to help, and they'll turn this into a way of constantly becoming a victim. This is a way of not taking any responsibility over one's life. It's a way of giving up responsibility and giving up your personal power. This is weak behavior. Privacy is essential, but it doesn't mean you have to face struggles alone either. It is natural and encouraged to form a supportive community and to be around people who can help you and to seek help from supportive and knowledgeable people, telling certain people about your problems like your imam or a sheikh, or a friend who is positive and helpful. These can be helpful and they're encouraged in Islam. Number 5, your insecurities. We all have those moments of self-doubt and vulnerability. Everyone is insecure about something. It's a natural thing. Understand this. Those flaws that you have are often invisible to those around you. Advertising these things that no one would even notice in the first place. It's detrimental to your self-worth, and it exposes your weaknesses to those who are evil-hearted and may use them against you. Islam discourages self-deprecation and opening yourself completely to others. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ taught us to be mindful of our words. This is narrated by Abu Huraira, where the Prophet ﷺ said a person utters a word thoughtlessly without thinking about it being good or not, and as a result of this, he will fall down into the fire of hell deeper than the distance between the east and the west. May Allah protect us from that. Allah has created each of us with a purpose and uniqueness. Engaging in self-deprecating thoughts or speech contradicts the emphasis of the value Allah has bestowed upon us.